Hello friends, I hope everyone is healthy. Friends, the model number of the aircraft you are currently seeing on the screen is EA-S-37B Compass Call. It is the most modern airborne electronic attack or electronic warfare platform of the US Air Force. This famous US aircraft has been replaced by the old Compass Call ECH. US technicians secretly started repairing it in 2024, and by the end of 2025, they were able to add it to the US Air Force. It is about 96 feet long, the wingspan is about 90 feet, and the height is about 25 feet. The maximum takeoff weight is about 90,500 pounds. The range of this aircraft is about 7,100 kilometers. It can conduct missions within these 7,100 kilometers. It is a very long-range aircraft. This aircraft, operated by a crew of 9, can climb to an altitude of about 43,000 feet above the ground. And the main task of this aircraft is to directly jam and black out the enemy's radar and air defense systems. And not only to black out the air defense system or block the radar system, it can directly cut off any type of communication that is through satellite signals. It can also cut off the GPS and INS systems of various missiles and drones. And this aircraft showed its capabilities during the recent attack on Venezuela. This type of aircraft directly blacked out the radar systems and air defense systems that were made in Venezuela by Russia, and the Venezuelan authorities could not understand what kind of new technology was used that their radar systems were blacked out in this way. This is that infamous aircraft. You can surely see one of the biggest news stories in the international media on the screen. This famous and infamous US aircraft EA-S-17B is currently stationed at the Remstein Air Base in Germany, and from there, their next destination is any US military base in the Middle East. It is said that this infamous aircraft will initially be stationed at the Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar and will play a major role in jamming Iran's radar system and air defense system when Israel and the US attack. The US will use this infamous aircraft to disrupt the entire Iranian air defense system and China's satellite communication or GPRS or the Garden system that IS has. Any kind of military mission is not easy. It requires complex and large-scale planning. It also requires specific implementation of the plan. And in such a situation, if an attack is planned against a country like Iran, it is even more complicated. If the attack is not carried out very precisely, the failure of the attack and the loss of oneself are more at risk. On this very important issue, you can definitely see on the screen that the head of the US SATCOM has come to Israel on an urgent basis to meet with the head of the Israeli IDF, and the close meeting was held inside a secret bunker where they asked about their plan to know what stage Israel is in its extensive preparations to protect itself from Iranian attacks. In the first few rounds, when Iran launched missile attacks inside Israel, the payloads or warheads of those missiles were not used by the powerful Iran. International military experts have admitted this, and Israel has also indirectly admitted this, due to which the losses of ordinary Israelis have been reduced. However, this time Iran has directly announced that they will use the bunker blaster warhead that they have at the tip of their missiles, which penetrates 200 feet underground and then explodes. This means that all the shelters or bases that Israel has underground are no longer safe. These Iranian missiles will also blow up the underground bunkers, which will increase the damage to the Israeli civilians and damage to their military and command centers. The SATCOM is officially planning with Israel on this issue. What will they actually do in the first phase to protect their military installations and their people from the first phase of Iran's attack, which will last for half an hour? Israel has appealed to the United States to deploy several new air defense system units in the Middle East so that the air defense system will have a greater chance of preventing an Iranian attack due to the strengthening of the air defense system, and a little more cooperation will be available. To ensure this, the SATCOM wants to urgently bring their air defense systems to the Middle East from the air defense systems that they have deployed in various countries around the world to protect various allied countries, and there has been big news about this. The largest US base in the Middle East is Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. The huge base and the United States have spent around $18 to $20 billion in this region, and their large amount of air defense systems and weapons have always been deployed here. However, due to the Iranian attack, they have moved their important air power from here to somewhere else, so that Iran cannot attack this region and damage their fighter jets or other military equipment outside their important air defense system, as it was thought that the United States may not take the risk of using Al Udeid Air Base in an attack against Iran. However, now with the new plan with SATCOM and at the request of Israel, the United States wants to use it as a defensive base even if it does not attack directly from Al Udeid base in Qatar, for which the Patriot air defense system from Germany and a THAAD missile system unit from the United States have been deployed to Qatar in an unprecedented manner, and both the planning and execution of the attack against Iran are most likely from the Jordanian air base. However, they have deployed their long-range fighter jets like F-22 Raptor, F-35 and F-Strike Eagle, but the Qatari bases will be used to prevent counterattacks. When the Jordanian base is attacked, Iran will retaliate against the Jordanian bases, and those missiles must pass over Qatari airspace and Saudi Arabian airspace, where these Gulf countries have announced that they will not allow anyone to use their airspace, not even the United States, not even Iran. This is a strategic statement. The main reason for this is that they are creating a slot or an important reason to shoot down various Iranian missiles and drones with their air defense systems. We have already said we will not allow our airspace to be used. We will not allow Iran to do so, for which we have shot down Iranian missiles and Iranian drones, although indirectly it will also cooperate with Israel. But these countries will do this in the name of protecting their airspace. And this is the reality. Look, tensions have increased, preparations are about to be completed, and there is a risk of attack at any moment. European countries and several other major airlines that have flights to the Middle East have cancelled their flights. It remains to be seen when the US will actually launch an attack against Iran despite the threat of such major damage, and how powerfully they will be able to do so. So friends, goodbye for today. See you again with a new video. Until then, everyone stay well and healthy. Thank you.